Live. Hi. I have my kids helping me here with my technology and getting the screen right. I wanted to jump on and gonna start doing, if it makes sense, start doing a segment on the weekend that would be just a live segment. And let me see if this is getting out there. I wait for a few people to jump on. By the book, hello, Attila. Hi, thank you. I appreciate it. So I tried this a couple of times, had some false starts all day. I was getting frustrated. I gave up. And my two daughters said, no, we're going to get this thing done. So we figured out how to get me on this live stream by the book. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. So thank you guys. Thanks to everybody who's been with the channel. We did last night hit 10,000 subscribers. You know, it's kind of funny. I always, in my mind, when I started the channel a little bit over a year ago, I thought to myself, you know, if I get to 10,000 subscribers, you know, people are watching. They want to hear what I have to say, or maybe my take on some things. And so it's kind of interesting now in retrospect. I didn't understand what it would take to get here. But with you guys obviously watching and commenting and sharing the videos and helping to grow the channel, I just wanted to come on live and say thank you. And it got me thinking that, you know, during the week when I do my regular uploads, and by the way, I'd love to get your guys, thanks, Nicole, hi. Obviously, this is about the interaction between us on these lives, okay? Hi, Caitlin. Because during the week when we're doing these uploads, I don't edit the videos. I simply hit record in the office. I record the videos, and then I just quickly upload them. I don't edit anything. I throw a little thumbnail on it. And it's still tough because during the weekday, I'm taking time away, and I'm still distracted. So if it makes sense, I'll start to do a live stream, you know, on the weekend so we can kind of interact. It's not all about you guys always hearing what I have to say to you, but as well me, you know, fielding your comments live, maybe some questions, and us kind of you know, talking about stuff, right? So the reason why I don't do Happy Saturday. The reason why I don't do lives during the week when I'm uploading the content is because I'm sharing something I want to get across, whether it's data, whether it's an economic issue, whatever it is. And to see this stuff streaming, it's kind of, I'm not focused on it. So this is about me being able to take some time and hear you guys, hear what you have to say, talk about some things on the weekend that maybe during the week, obviously, if it's not live, I don't have the opportunity to do with you. So thanks again. You know, I'm trying to find a balance with this channel between my legal background and the economic stuff, okay? Because I think we all should be paying attention to what's happening with the economic situation, and I try to bring that to you. It's interesting, as you guys know, I'm a lawyer. Do a lot of litigation work, and so my glass is always half empty, unfortunately, by trade. So I do try to bring you the realistic stuff. Thanks, Sandra. I appreciate you very much. Try to bring you guys the realistic stuff, what's really happening with some of those stories during the week. Obviously, we have this disconnect between the stock market, which is doing fantastic, you know, and kind of Main Street, Wall Street, Main Street. So I do tend to gravitate towards the, you know, and that's one thing you guys notice, I do not get into the politics. Someone just brought up something about Trump. The point is this, is that everyone has an opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm not going to change anybody's opinion. They're not going to change mine. So certain things I just don't cover. You know, the reality of the economics, whatever it is, I share that stuff with you as I see it unfold, you know, day to day, week to week. And again, the content I'm really trying, so I don't go down the road of taking a political stance, political side, okay? I'm still chatting with JB. JB and I exchanged a text about 2 weeks ago. I congratulated him on the what was the move to, I believe, Alabama. He responded, and we talked about talking soon. So we did have some communication. Thank you for asking. Thanks, Lauren. My 2 daughters have just joined the chat, so I appreciate that very much and love you guys for helping Dad, start this process. I sat at this very table a year and a half ago, and one of my daughters filmed the introduction video saying, hey, I'm going to start the channel. So look at, there's obviously millions of channels out there that everybody has a chance to watch, and so for me it's thanks, Chris. I appreciate you very much and always leaving comments. And by the way, the interaction on this channel, it's insane to me. I do watch other channels. I see the comments. You guys leave extremely intelligent, engaging comments, not only just for me, but also among one another. And I do appreciate that, okay, because it shows the maturity level of I believe, the viewers, on this channel. So I want to get this next kind of this level, and I don't know, is it easier to, is it more difficult to get from 1 subscriber to 10,000 or from 10,000 to 100,000? I guess we will see as this journey unfolds. As you guys know, this is not what I do for a living. I practice, law, full-time. Leah, thank you, sweetie. That's my wife. Appreciate. So family's engaging right now. So it's kind of fun because, we started this little thing, and it does take time. It takes time. It takes energy. I'm always, looking at stuff and reading things. And so it's important for, in whatever endeavor you're in, right, for your family to be supporting you. But, I try to find a balance with the topics I share, but something that will also get engaging. It's funny, I obviously have a lot to share. I've lived through a lot, seen a lot. I've gotten my, kicked a lot, both in business, and life. And so there's a lot to share. I'd like to kind of engage more with that on these live chats. But the reality is just being genuine, and organically, I don't like that word really, but organically, growing this channel, allowing it to kind of go where it's going to go. So I would love to get your guys' thoughts and comments. Obviously, I want to talk about things that are important to me, and hopefully that, that will be important to you. But ultimately, I've got to find some direction. The legal stuff I cover, and I know some people say we like hearing, Matt, about the legal topics. I've tried that direction. I try to let's say weave that in sometimes, and it doesn't. In terms of the views, it kind of falls flat. So I want to impart stuff, not legal advice so much as maybe direction, because it means a lot to me. I see over 30 years of what I'm doing for a living, 30 years of seeing people go through a lot of pain in the legal system. And I got to find a way now that we have, hey, Pat, real estate, personal finance, law in that order. Okay. That's a good suggestion. And I got a big real estate background as an owner, as a real estate lawyer, transactional work, litigation work. So I'll cover that. I know it probably bores a lot of people, but there's a lot of pitfalls. And I do kind of see my role now at my age, 55 years old, to, help people avoid pitfalls, whatever, age group they're in. And when I started the channel, it was always about that. So to get back to this is not, my day job. Obviously, if the channel keeps growing and it turns into something where I can dedicate more time to it and there is some income, meaningful income, I won't share the stats with you guys, but, everybody thinks, well, these YouTubers make a bunch of money. Obviously, the guys at certain levels are doing pretty well with ad revenue, but the bottom line is I just do it because I enjoy it, and hopefully I can impart something that is interesting and meaningful. And look, there's a lot going on right now. I'm not going to say all of it's good. Some of it's bad, and we have a lot of people in this country going through very difficult financial times. And so I recognize that. By the same token, I am not, although I'm a glasses half empty kind of guy by nature. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. By nature, I really am a positive person in terms of, hi, Laura. Okay, law practicing cases. I like to share that stuff. I just don't want to bore you guys. And we obviously want to get, views so we can get the algorithms, sharing this stuff and reach more people. So I will work more of that into the mix. I've got, like I said, 30 years of stories to tell. I can go through all that without obviously, breaching client confidentiality. So a lot up here that good, bad, that I can share with you guys. But again, I'm not a, let's say, a bunker mentality guy. I know a lot of the content is negative in nature because that's what's kind of happening right now. It's just reality. I appreciate you. Congrats, Matt. Been watching you since the days of guesting on JB's channel. Thank you very much. But I'm not a bunker mentality guy, and frankly, behind the scenes, what I'm doing, although I have a lot of practice and I have the channel here, I do some other stuff with investments. I'm out, hunting every day. I just started a new business. I'll share with you guys soon as it unfolds. I'm very excited about that with a chef, good friend of mine is a chef, and my banker friend. We're starting a new business together, launching that this next month. So, I do practice what I preach. When I come out and you guys see my backdrop behind my desk is stacks of corporate books. Those are real corporate books for clients I have helped to form businesses and consult through their business journey over the years. I do try to practice what I preach. Let's see, ebb tides, all these issues are important building blocks. Talk about what's real to you at the time. And that's important as well, is being real, being genuine. You do get a lot of kind of pretend stuff, I think, from content creators just doing stuff for likes or for views or for subscribers. I will say I see a very, now we're relatively, a relatively small channel compared to what's out there, but we get a lot of views for the number of subscribers, right? And you see a lot of channels have, 500,000 subscribers and they get, very few views on the videos. I don't know why that is. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that can be done to mess with stuff. Again, back to the word, which I'm not a fan of, the word organic, that really is ground roots, grassroots, kind of what this channel's about. I do read your comments at night. I get home. I try to read them in the evening and the morning when I'm having coffee the next day and respond to them. And so I want you guys to keep those comments coming. And this live stream thing on the weekend, I'm going to try to keep doing this so we can just kick stuff around, okay? Thanks, Gretchen. I appreciate you. KR. It's funny, we have people from what I gather is all walks of life, all income stratas, all economic positions, all careers, all political beliefs. Because if you guys understand, you can see this. I don't take a hard line. I don't call any group, any specific. Anybody gets called out. That's just not kind of what I'm about. Everyone has a right to their perspective. And, everything, their demographics, their family life, what they grew up with, all those things influence this stuff, right? So who am I to sit here, right, and judge that? I just want to bring you guys stuff every day that hopefully is important to you, that I find relevant. There was a comment on a video about a week ago saying that, it's an act. It really, with me, your chunky days are over. Congrats, Matt. My LG kitten. I don't know about that. The days were there. You guys, I've done a video last year on my fitness regimen and where I came from in 2018. Started the fitness journey, guys. Right now I'm about 210 pounds, like that. I was 275. was a big one, right? And I went on this, I just decided myself I needed to make some changes and overcame that and made a huge choice back in 2018. Happy to talk more about that. Again, there's a lot up here I can share. Been through a lot, seen a lot, and fought a lot of demons myself. So, obviously everyone has that, right? Appreciate the 45 people who are sitting here watching right now, and hopefully we'll keep adding to that on the weekend streams. But yeah, the days were there. I look back at some photos and go, wow, I really needed to start earlier, but you start somewhere, right? Yep, we hit 10,000 last night on that video. Talk about Wyoming LLC for real estate. Again, Wyoming, people like Wyoming for companies because of the privacy, and in California, for example, and I can't speak to Wyoming law, but in California, it's still public record in terms of the members and the information, whereas in Wyoming, they really keep it totally confidential. A lot of people, my clients, they do use Wyoming, they appoint an agent for service of process. That is like a corporate agent, right, or a registered agent. So really, there's no tracking back to the owners and members in Wyoming. So, but in terms of holding real estate, a lot of friends. Thanks, Danny, or Danny. Sorry, Mike M. Are you going to reach out to Sal on YouTube? Sal, who? Unless I'm missing what you're saying, Sal. Give me some more information on that. But anyway, in terms of LLCs for holding property, I have a ton of clients that have me form LLCs to hold specifically rental properties for them because you add an extra layer of protection from personal liability kind of to the process. Maybe you have tenants. Yes, you've got insurance. The tenants have renter's insurance. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate you from the beginning. Okay, long-time viewer. Thank you. Stick with us. But anyway, LLCs for holding property, thanks Debbie, is from my perspective, again, every situation is different, very, very smart thing to do. And oxtalks@yahoo.com, oxtalks@yahoo.com is a old Yahoo account, hi Debbie, that I set up a while ago. I started the channel for emails from you guys. I hate to give my my law email out because then I just get bombarded with stuff that doesn't pertain to the business. So it's oxtalks@yahoo.com. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. So where was I? Tell me some more comments here, guys, so I can get back on track. Anyway, the weekend sessions for me is like this. It's just being able to learn more about you guys, hear from you, and maybe answer some questions if I can. I hate to drill down too much into specific legal advice. I gotta be careful. I'm licensed here in California. I'm actually licensed also in Texas. I'm licensed